Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Virtual University and Degree Information Fair. My name is Kristen Keogh-Raponi, and I'm the Academic Pathways Coordinator here at Seneca. Throughout this week, we'll be showcasing our partner institutions from around the globe who will be presenting and discussing pathway opportunities that are available to Seneca students after you've completed your diploma program. With us for this session, we have Andrew from McMaster University, who will be talking about pathways into the Bachelor of Technology degree completion programs. Please note that, like all webinars this week, this session will be recorded and will be posted to our website and YouTube channel next week for you to watch on demand. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please go ahead and pop those in the chat, and we will take up all questions at the end of the presentation. And with that, I will now hand it over to you, Andrew.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And thanks for having me. And thank you for being here, everyone. So hopefully you can see that my screen is shared. And I'm going to get started with my presentation here. Just a little bit about our Bachelor of Technology degree completion program at McMaster. So I'm specifically from the Faculty of Engineering. So if you have an interest in other programs, what we've done is included the registrar's office contact information in the meeting chat. So if you have questions about another program and you need the contact information of other faculties outside of Eng, please reach out to them first and they can direct you to the right place. But if you're here for engineering, you're in the right spot, and I'm going to get started. Okay. Okay. So before I get going, I'd just like to do a quick land acknowledgement. So we acknowledge the traditional territories upon which we gather. McMaster University is located in the traditional territories of Mississauga and Haudenosaunee nations, and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. That wampum uses the symbolism of a dish to represent the territory and one spoon to represent that people are to share the resources of the land and only take what they need. All right, so as I mentioned, my name's Andrew. I'm a student recruitment officer from the Faculty of Engineering today, and I'll be your presenter. Okay, so let's start with a little bit about the Bachelor of Technology degree completion program. So our BTech degree completion programs are unique diploma to degree pathways designed for college graduates looking to upgrade their education and further their careers. Students will receive 2 years worth of advanced transfer credit from their previously completed 3-year advanced college diploma or equivalent. So for example, international students will have their credentials assessed by WES as being equivalent to a 3-year advanced diploma if applicable. This would allow students to begin the BTech program at level 3 of undergraduate studies. So level 3 at Mac is essentially the same as saying year 3 of the program. And this program is driven by industry demand and sets you up for success for developing technical skills and essential business and management skills. So business management is actually part of the curriculum with this program, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go along. All right, so some program highlights. There's some key features that as interested applicants you should know. So again, you receive transfer credit equivalent to 2 years of university study. A block of transfer credit is awarded upon admissions to the DCP program, and students begin their studies in year 3. You can learn while you earn. So this program is uniquely designed to have classes exclusively during the evenings and weekends. This allows for working professionals to learn while they continue to work full-time. Many students choose this to study part-time for this reason. And there's year-round entry. So most programs at Mac actually only have September entry, but with the DCP program, students can enter through 3 entry points. So September, which is the fall term, January, again, which is the winter term, and May, which is the spring summer term. So classes are also offered year-round. So you can kind of start at any time, which is, again, unique to this program. It's designed to be flexible. And just a final point on this slide, I'll go more into details on this later in the presentation, but if you're interested in the software engineering technology stream of this program, the courses are available entirely online. Okay, so why choose BTech? I mentioned earlier that actually 25% of the curriculum with this program is business and management courses. So while you're completing your Bachelor of Technology degree, you're also earning a business management certificate from Mohawk College. So we've partnered with Mohawk to be able to offer the certificate, but these are legitimate university courses. So you're studying the principles of finance, economics, ethics, and management through our business and management curriculum. There's a mandatory 8 months of co-op to help students get work experience while they're part of this program. There's a minimum of 8 months co-op. It's required to graduate from the DC program. And if you have work experience or co-op experience already, students can satisfy the co-op requirement by using those co-op college transfer credits or by using your current workplace for co-op terms. You can also pursue graduate studies with this program. Again, you're taking legitimate, university level courses here. So the DCP program positions students to pursue graduate studies after graduation. A benefit to graduate level studies is it can reduce the number of technical exams and work experience required to obtain your PhD designation. So if that's an end goal for you, moving on to graduate studies after this pathway can help you get your PhD. You learn from industry professionals, so you're learning from teaching professionals, not research-based faculty members. These folks have experience that work in, places like Microsoft, sessional faculty that work in UTS at the university. So that's our University Technology Services team. Each DCP program is designed in consultation with industry professionals to ensure that they meet industry demands. So you're getting timely education to meet the demands of the industry while you're in the program. Yeah, finally, it's a pathway can be a pathway to the PhD. Currently, it's not available in Ontario to move on to get your license within this province. However, it is still possible, subject to additional provincial examinations. Our faculty typically recommends students pursue a licensure in BC and then transfer that PhD designation back to Ontario. So you can take essentially the BC examinations and transfer that over to Ontario, and that's kind of the pathway to get your PhD if that's what you're interested in. It's not necessarily required to work in the industry, but a lot of students do ask about that. Okay, so here are some of the specializations within our program. So we have civil infrastructure engineering technology. We have manufacturing engineering technology. We have power and energy engineering technology and software engineering technology. Again, software is the only one that is fully online, but each of these programs is developed to be flexible, mainly for working professionals. But again, you don't have to take this program. Okay, so starting with civil engineering infrastructure, the civil DCP program allows students to continue living and working in the GTA area, and it is much more flexible than traditional university programs. The program specifically calls out infrastructure in its name, but it is a general program that covers all aspects of civil engineering beyond just structures. So some of the benefits to this program, students gain real-world experience through senior design projects, including designing a water tower and distribution system for First Nations communities. Plans for rehabilitation of a dam in the Grand River, including temporary river routing. Land development projects are also common. Everything from sites selection to permits, utilities, and general services. So again, kind of going back to the original point, it's not just, although it says infrastructure in the name, it's not just about that. It does cover kind of all aspects of civil engineering, and that's evident in some of the real world projects that you could be working on. All right, manufacturing. So in this program, students will learn about manufacturing process planning and improvement, structure design and analysis, and system control and analysis from both technical and managerial points of view. So kind of right down to the front line of things, and as well as, how to manage people and processes. What are some of the career opportunities? So, this program is good for engineering, project management, and supervisory roles that require some technical background. A lot of our students will work in the automotive, aerospace, or energy industries, and fields that work with ultra precision and medical devices as well. Next, we have power and energy engineering technology. So this is a very in-demand specialization that provides students with the knowledge to design and operate large-scale power systems. The program is focused on power and energy. So that's power generation. How do we create electrical power and distribute that power? So get the electricity to where it needs to go. This is distinct from general electrical engineering degree. So it's unique to power and energy. It's a unique and high in-demand field. So some of the career opportunities, graduates are prepared to take on roles at major companies like Hydro Run, Enbridge, Electra, OPG, again, some of those larger power generation companies local to the region, and roles such as technologist, operations, and design. This is a smaller program with about 30 to 35 students in specific courses, and about 60 in our management courses as well. So the business and management classes are a little bit larger, just because they would be across each of the programs, but smaller class sizes as well. Okay. And again, some examples of the senior projects involved in this program. Students will use machine vision to detect the position of switch gears, fault detection on manufacturing equipment for power distribution, and calculating the costs and feasibility of residential off-grid power solutions. So very practical again, learning opportunities. And finally, we have software engineering technology. This program is convenient as many of the others, with a flexible, fully online program that builds real-world software, AI, cybersecurity, and multimedia skills. This program is offered fully online and synchronously with courses taking place in the evenings and weekends. So that's to say that, it's not necessarily self-study. You will have scheduled class times, which students seem to like. We had it the other way and got the feedback that, students want that class time. They want that opportunity to engage with an instructor, which is why we've made them synchronous again. The program has an emphasis on innovation and hands-on application for skills that employers need now. Again, trying to meet the industry demands with our programs in DCP here. And students work on topical subject areas, including AI and data science, digital arts and multimedia, security and cybersecurity, so that's network security, ethical hacking, and just touching on some of the senior projects to give you, again, a sense of those real-world projects that students can work on and gain practical experience. So some of the portfolios that students have worked on are 3D video game design, like a Super Mario style computer game, creative online tools, for example, a receipt generator with interactive simulations is one of the projects that students have come up with. Academic GP, another student project here. So this is an offline generative AI chatbot that helps McMaster students navigate course selection and academic pathways. So that was, again, something that students came up with in this program, and the skills that they gained within the program helped them create that generative AI chatbot system. And just a note on this program, so all courses in this program are actually graded as pass-fail with a high standard. So letter grades are maintained internally, and students can request a transcript addendum with these grades if pursuing applications to graduate school. So in short, this is a pass-fail program, but if you are interested in graduate studies after, you need letter grades, you can get those because they're maintained internally. So this still can be a pathway to graduate studies as well. Okay, I'm nearing the end here, so we'll get to the questions shortly. I'm in presenter mode right now, so I can't see if there's any in the chat, but we will get those shortly. So Yeah, so let's start with the DCP admissions requirements. So prospective students must have graduated from an approved 3-year advanced diploma program. So you will find on our website, there's an eligible list of partner programs. If your program is not on there, you're still welcome to apply, and it would be evaluated once by the admissions team. But yeah, there's currently a list of eligible partner programs on there ready for you to view if your 3-year advanced diploma would meet the admissions requirements for the program. Students with a 2-year diploma are encouraged to go back to college and upgrade to the 3-year advanced diploma in order to apply. And a minimum GPA of 75 is required for admissions, except for the civil DCP program. So because civil is a high in demand program, they do require a minimum of 80% GPA. All others are 75%. Okay, so that's a little bit about the eligibility. So first step here, as stated in the slides, confirm your eligibility. If you meet those requirements, you're welcome to apply. How do you do that? Well, you can apply online through the OUAC website. So that's the Ontario University's Application Center. And as mentioned earlier, we have 3 term start dates. So you can start in the winter, spring, summer, or fall. And outlined on my slide here is the deadlines for those. Submit your documents as well. And again, you can see the kind of preceding deadlines there of when you need to submit your documents by. And then finally, check the McMaster applicant portal. So once you apply in OUAC, you'll get a couple emails after. And one of them will give you access to your McMaster applicant portal, which has a checklist of items that can show you if you need to submit any additional documents or transcripts and make sure your application is completed. Once your app is completed, our admissions team can review your application, and ideally you'd get an offer and you can accept your offer through that portal as well. If you don't receive an offer from McMaster, you will hear either way. You get a decision letter. If it's a denial, which hopefully it's not a denial, but there will be reasons listed there, and you'll hear either way. But again, hopefully it's an offer of acceptance, and you can accept your offer and start your journey as a BTech student. Okay, so that's kind of the end of the formal presentation here. So thank you so much for your time. And I think we will get to some questions. You'll see on the screen there, you can book a meeting with recruitment staff, as well as email us at thinkeng. Yeah, so if you have any questions after this that we can't get to, just email us there.
Great. Thank you so much, Andrew. Lots of really great information there. So if you do have any questions, please go ahead and put those in the chat, and we'll take those up now. We do have lots of questions already coming through. So the first question is it possible to transition from the diploma program into the degree without taking any break in between? So if they finish their diploma in, say, August, can they start the degree pathway in September?
Yes. So in theory, you can definitely do that. It's just more about meeting the admissions deadline. So I would say August.
So can they apply before they've graduated from their diploma and get a conditional offer, or?
Yes, yeah, you can certainly get a conditional offer. You just have to meet, again, it's more about meeting the admissions deadlines. So, for example, I have here, if you wanted to apply by fall 2026, for example, you would have to apply by July 1st, and you would have to submit all your documents by July 15th. So you can get a conditional offer, but before you start the program, you would then have to submit your official documents sent directly from your institution, showing that you've completed your degree requirements, but you can get conditional offers.
Thanks. And the next question, does software engineering program also include business management courses?
Yes. Yeah. So that's standard across all of the essentially majors in the program, all of the degree options. They all include that business and management component. Yeah, it's 25% of the curriculum, so you would get a Mohawk College certificate after it as well.
Next question, how is this program different from Bachelor of Engineer? And can we say if someone chooses Bachelor of Engineering instead of the BTech, can they skip almost all the technical exams for becoming a professional engineer?
So I would say there's a couple differences between the BTech and our Bachelor of Engineering. So first off, just starting with the degree, if you're in our engineering, starting your engineering one program at McMaster, you're getting a Bachelor of Engineering degree. And this program is a Bachelor of Technology degree. So the degree itself is slightly different. You're still gaining essential technical engineering skills, and you don't necessarily need your PEng to work in the engineering field. However, the Bachelor of Engineering degree is the more typical pathway for that, and you could get your PEng in Ontario with the Bachelor of Engineering degree. With the BTech program, it's no longer pathway to that license in Ontario. But that's why I mentioned our faculty typically recommends students apply and complete the technical examinations of another province, and then you can transfer that here. So it's kind of a backdoor way of doing it, but it is still feasible. Whereas with the Bachelor of Engineering program, you can graduate from that program and then take your technical examinations in Ontario. In terms of the design of the program, Bachelor of Engineering is kind of your traditional undergraduate degree. You're in classes full time during the day. We do have different specializations for that program, although there is definitely some overlap with BTech. Whereas this program is designed more so for college graduates, industry professionals that are working full time and they want to complete their degree studies. They want to enhance their knowledge of the field that they're interested in, as well as getting those technical business and management courses. It can help you advance your career as a people leader. And that 25% business and management is not necessarily included in our Bachelor of Engineering degree program. You can add management to it, but that's an additional year of the program. It's not built in right into the curriculum, whereas BTech is. So there's a couple differences there. Hopefully that highlights the answer to your question there, but if you have any others, just let us know.
Thanks. And then there's some questions about online and how that works, and also how paying for the courses work. Do you pay a set tuition, or do you pay per course, since you can take anywhere from 2 to 6 courses?
Right. Great question. Okay, so so the again, the software and technology program is the only one that is fully online. Other streams you will have to attend classes in person. Other than, again, I think the business and management courses are online as well. So they are synchronous, meaning that they're scheduled class times. They still be on the evenings and weekends, but they're not necessarily self-paced. Like you'll still have scheduled class times that you're attending virtually. And sorry, what was the second part of that question again?
About paying for the courses. Do you pay per course or
Yes.
tuition?
Yeah, so students do pay per course. So essentially, the more courses you enroll in during the semester, the more your tuition fees will be for that term. They're charged by unit. So like typically one course is worth 3 units. And I can actually put in a resource, which is really good for this, in the chat as well. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the chat now. So I've just linked our undergraduate fees page where you can see the fees per unit for the BTech program. There's actually a cost estimator there as well. So you can select what program you're interested in, if you want to participate part-time or full-time. And then using the cost estimator, you can actually get a better idea of what the tuition will be for the year.
Thank you. And then some questions about going into a master's program after. If they want to do a master's MASC later, can they do it with the BTech because it's not a Bachelor of Engineer? And how will BTech help if they want admissions into master's programs after?
Yeah, great question. So yes, you can, BTech can be a pathway to graduate studies. Again, you're receiving your university level degree. So in many cases that could qualify you for graduate level admissions. I would say it depends on the admissions requirements of each program, but I know here at McMaster, if you wanted to do engineering, it is a pretty fulsome process. So even if it says on our website, for example, you need a honors bachelor of engineering for the program, typically like the admissions team will look at your application from a more holistic perspective. So even if you don't necessarily feel you meet the requirements right away, you're still welcome to apply and be evaluated by the admissions team because they not only consider your academic background, but they will like it's not only your degree studies, but they'll consider academic references. Um, Most programs require you to submit a resume or academic CV, as well as a statement of interest to the program. So it's a very fulsome process, and they will look at you more holistically as an applicant versus undergrad, where it is pretty strict on just your grades and academics alone. So yeah, it can definitely be a pathway to graduate studies, but just make sure you're kind of looking at the individual admissions requirements of each program.
Thank you. And another student wants to know if they have to complete transition courses.
Um, no, I don't believe so. If I'm understanding the question, it's essentially you start in the BTech program. If you're accepted and there's no transition courses, you're right into those university level courses right from the get-go.
And do previous internships count toward co-op credit?
Yes, yeah. So you can use like co-op or internship experience, your current employment as a method of getting that mandatory co-op waived. Um, how it works is once you're accepted into the program, you receive a conditional or once you receive an offer and accept, you can actually speak to the academic advising team here, and they will essentially evaluate your background and decide if you can get credits for the program. But yeah, in many cases, you can use internship, co-op experience, current work experience to meet that.
And just off of the co-op, another
Yeah.
student is asking how they secure a co-op placement, and is it very hard to find?
Yeah, that's a good question as well. So we have a co-op and careers office that students in a co-op program work with to secure a co-op position. So you'll take the mandatory co-op prep courses, which will provide you with the essential resume, career building skills. You'll get one-on-one support with interview prep and finding resources to secure a co-op position. Um, as well as, we have many resources in terms of industry nights, events on campus, as well as job postings. We have thousands of internal job postings that um, well, they're external job postings, but they get vetted by our team and posted on an internal portal for McMaster students. So we have thousands of postings each year and a very dedicated and committed co-op and careers team that will help you get that co-op position. Yeah, so hopefully that answers your question.
And for the fully online courses, that also includes exams and any assessments?
Yes, I believe so. I would maybe confirm so that would be a good email for ThinkEng. Just follow up with us there, but um, I believe that would be the case. I'd like to just maybe clarify with the faculty on that. So follow up with us at ThinkEng for that one, and you can say you spoke to Andrew.
And then for GPA requirements, I just
Yeah.
asked for 65% and above. Is there any situations where a student would be declined if they meet the GPA requirement?
So I just want to clarify. I think you mentioned 65 and above. So
Sorry, I meant 75. It does.
oh, that's okay. No problem. Yeah, so it's just wanted to clarify. So it is 75 and above. Except for civil eng, that one is 80%, so it's a little higher. Um, And in most cases, is if you meet the minimum requirements, you would be admitted to the program. However, we can't guarantee admissions, even if you have the minimum requirements. So that's a bit of a tough question to answer. But certainly, if you have the minimum requirements, you're more than welcome to apply. And in most cases, you should be successful with your application. But fortunately, we still can't guarantee admissions, even if you have the minimum requirements.
And if a student did receive a conditional offer, but then was unable to meet the conditions by the time the program began,
Yeah.
would they then have to reapply, or are they able to defer that until they've met conditions?
Yeah, in most cases, you would actually, your offer is rescinded if you don't meet your conditions of your offer, so you would have to then reapply. Um, if you meet the conditions of your offer letter after being accepted to the program, you can sometimes defer attendance, but you do have to meet the conditions. Otherwise, yeah, your offer can be rescinded and you would have to reapply to the program.
Thank you. Back to the co-op positions, what
Yeah.
are some examples of employers that you would get a chance to work with, or job postings that are available?
Good question. So I mentioned some in the presentation, such as Hydro One, Electra, um, oh goodness, OPG. That's more so for power and energy. If you give me a moment, I can try to find some more for you. I'm kind of at the end, close to the end here, but. Okay. Sorry, I thought I had some with me. I thought I had some notes on that here. Careers. I unfortunately don't have that with me, but I know they're on our website. I was hoping to provide some more examples there, but I'll link to our program website here in the chat again. If you click on the individual program majors, you can see some more example careers. I know I provided some mainly for power and energy, but if you're interested in other degree pathways, check that out there and you can provide some examples.
And another question, how technical is the program compared to computer science or software engineering? What programming systems or data skills are emphasized? Also, how do employers view this degree? Have you heard of people who came out of school and got a job within a few months?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it still is a very technical program. I would say this is more focused on kind of hands-on learning, especially with the mandatory co-op component. Um, how does the industry view the degree? Well, I would say you can absolutely still work in the field of engineering with this degree. With the business and management component, it does set up students to be um, help more on the career, be more focused on the project management, kind of people management side of things. But again, these programs are designed to meet industry demands. So you would be getting the essential skills to, I believe you said software, to work in the field of software eng. Um, and I would say that would, because of the flexibility and adaptability of this curriculum, you would definitely be graduating with essential skills that would help you find employment. Um, many students a lot of students that come into the program already with full-time work, and that's why they're kind of completing the degree completion pathway. But if not, many students also continue on working at their co-op placement. So that's very common. It's pretty typical of the program for students to find a co-op position and continue working there after the degree. So yeah, you'd be getting some very employable skills from the program.
All right, thank you so much, Andrew. I think that comes to the end of our question period. So if you didn't get your question answered, we have posted Andrew's email link in the chat here, thinkeng@McMaster. So please email him to reach out if you have any questions regarding the programs at McMaster. And if you have any other questions regarding your pathways, you can always reach us at Seneca here with Academic Pathways. We've posted the link to our email address, our inbound and degree transfer guide, as well as the link to book a virtual advising appointment with one of us. So thank you so much again, Andrew, for sharing all of that information. That was really great. And we hope to see everyone else at some of our other webinars later this week. Thank you.
Thanks, folks. Thank you.
Take care.